As president of the university, it is with great pride and pleasure that I convene this 2020 commencement exercises of Lawrence Technological University. This is a ceremony unlike any other in the 88-year history of LTU, necessitated, of course, by the COVID-19 pandemic. But even though this is a virtual ceremony, please know that it is no less a celebration and a commemoration of the achievement and hard work of our esteemed class of 2020. This is a day that you all have been striving for many years. We are so very proud of each and every one of you. In addition to those of us here in our studio, thousands of viewers are watching this ceremony via YouTube and streaming from vantage point throughout the nation and around the world. We welcome you and thank you for viewing. Let us begin with our national anthem, presented by L2U's own Blue Devil Pep Band. Thank you, Director Case and band members, for that wonderful rendition. As we begin, let us also recognize our graduating veterans and other members of our armed forces. We are grateful for their service. Today, members of the class of 2020 are welcomed as alumni of Lawrence Tech. Some 40,000 graduates have gone before you, have made a remarkable difference here and around the globe. Today, ours is a world rife with challenges. However, a generation of alumni have found great challenges also create great opportunities. Your predecessors have made significant contributions to the space program, great technological advances in energy, in the aircraft and automobiles in which we travel, and to the design and construction of our infrastructure and other aspects of our built environment. LTU alumni have also led remarkable advancements in computers and developed many other consumer products we all use. Many are engaged in entrepreneurs, in the startup companies, leadership of successful new companies. Most recently, some have stepped up to fight this pandemic. Today, you too join this prestigious group of alumni. We are very proud that studies by pay scale and others validate the strength of your LTU education. Out of some 6,000 collegiate institutions, Lawrence Tech is ranked among the top 100 colleges and universities in America for its return on tuition investment and salaries of our graduates. Moreover, the prestigious Brookings Institution reports that LTU is the 5th highest college among our peers across the entire country in providing the value-added attributes that enhance alumni earning power and career success. Clearly, Lawrence Tech is doing something right in regard to preparing graduates for achievement in our competitive world. Dean of Students Kevin Finn now has two special introductions.
I am pleased to introduce the 2020 Ed Donnelly Distinguished Graduate Award honorees. The award is named in honor of 1943 graduate Ed Donnelly, former president of the Chamber of Commerce of the United States. Lawrence Tech's National Alumni Association Board of Directors annually honors one male and one female graduate for excellence in academic, community, and campus leadership. The two recipients receive a certificate and a 10-carat signet ring courtesy of the Belfour Art Carved Company. The biographies of the recipients will be detailed in the printed program that you'll receive in the mail. The honorees are Alexander Schuler, a major in molecular and cell biology, and Brooke Timlin, a major in psychology. The Donnelly Award recognizes not only academic achievement, but also participation in campus activities, employment while a student, and involvement in professional associations and the community. Our heartfelt congratulations to both Alex and Brooke.
Over the years, Lawrence Tech has recognized its most outstanding alumni with the university's Alumni Achievement Award. Since the first award was presented in 1952, only about 180 of our nearly 40,000 alumni have been accorded this very special honor. Today, we are recognizing Susan Collette. Susan Collette is an executive engineer with Toyota Motor North America's Sustainability and Regulatory Affairs Division. She has 44 years of auto industry experience, including 25 years at Toyota. Her experience includes developing information for environmental regulations, researching air quality and health effect trends, managing engineering projects, and developing automotive standards. She earned her Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering degree from LTU in 1980, and she has an MBA from Pepperdine University. Ms. Collette was first president of the advisory board for A. Leon Linton Department of Mechanical, Robotic, and Industrial Engineering, serving as president from 2010 to 2019, achieving clean, healthy air in the US and around the world is a priority for Susan. She has served on many leading agencies, government, councils, commissions related to that goal, and has presented her work published in leading professional journals. While a student at LTU, Susan was active in both the Society of Automotive Engineers and the Engineering Society of Detroit. We call it ESD. In 1978, she was named the Outstanding Student of the Year. Susan was a Lawrence Tech Scholarship recipient herself, and knowing this important role her scholarship and the education she received at LTU played, she has become a generous contributor to her alma mater. She established the Susan and Gordon Collette Endowed Scholarship in 2009. Susan and her family also actively attend LTU events. More about her remarkable accomplishments will appear in your printed program. Dr. Cassione, please assist me in presenting this award to Ms. Collette. Please join me here. Susan, please join me here for all your achievements that reflect the very best of Lawrence Technological University. We are honored to present to you this 2020 Alumni Achievement Award.
Thank you. 2020 has been a very memorable year. Due to receiving the 2020 Alumni Achievement Award, this will be an exceptionally memorable year for me. I am so honored and grateful to receive this award. I dared to dream about receiving this award, but doubted it would happen because there are so many amazing LTU alumni. It's hard to imagine early in my career when I told my colleagues I graduated from Lawrence Tech, they told me LTU was listed in the dictionary under men's colleges. I told them they needed a better dictionary. I'm glad throughout my career that I contributed to revising that categorization. I have so many people to thank. Let me specifically thank Dr. Jawad for encouraging me and working with me in the Mechanical Engineering Industrial Advisory Board, and Julie Vulai for nominating me and for inspiring me to be the best alumna that I could be. I'm very thankful for the incredible education I received at LTU and the dedication of faculty and staff to the philosophy of theory with practice. My education is the foundation of my career. I've relied on this education to work toward achieving my career focus of improving air quality, making the air healthier for us and our surroundings. Achieving clean air for everyone is not done, and it's all of our responsibility to work toward improvements. I look forward to seeing how this generation of students makes the world a better place. Again, thank you for this award.
We are delighted now to recognize one of America's foremost leaders in energy, development, and operations. Gerard M. Anderson is Executive Chairperson of DTE Energy. He joined DTE in 1993 and has held various senior executive leadership roles, including being named President in 2004, CEO in 2010, Chairperson in 2011, and Executive Chairperson last year. DTE Energy is a Detroit-based diversified engineering company that develops and manages energy-related businesses and services nationwide. It provides electric utilities to 2.2 million customers in southeastern Michigan and natural gas to 1.3 million customers. As one of Michigan's leading corporate citizens, DTE Energy is a force for growth and prosperity in 450 Michigan communities. It serves, including in philanthropy, volunteerism, and economic progress. Mr. Anderson leads the company's strategy to focus on cost and operational excellence in the utility business and develop its non-regulated businesses. As CEO, he focused on building a positive, highly engaged culture and on deeply connecting DTE Energy to the communities it serves, enabling it to act as a force for good. Mr. Anderson holds degrees from Notre Dame and the University of Michigan. He is a vice chair of the Edison Electric Institute Board and co-chairman of EEI's Committee on Environment. He is the founder and leader of the Detroit Regional CEO Group. He chairs both the recently formed Detroit Regional Partnership and the Detroit Economic Club. He also chairs the Business Leaders of Michigan. In addition, he is involved in many community and civic activities, including serving on the boards of the Nature Conservancy, Michigan chapter, the Henry Ford, the McGregor Fund, the Downtown Detroit Partnership, and more. Gerard Anderson, please come forward. Provost So, please join me in assisting in the presentation. Mr. Anderson, you are well deserving of the honorary degree we are bestowing on you. Your citation reads, Gerard M. Anderson, the President and Trustees of Lawrence Technological University, extend to you the highest honor that this university can bestow, the degree of Doctor of Business Administration. Energy is at the heart of all many resources required to advance and sustain our standard of living, whether it be comfortable or nurturing housing, the pursuit of commerce, the mighty machinery of manufacturing, or progress in research, the healing arts and education. The citizens of Michigan and beyond are fortunate indeed to be blessed with ample energy resources provided by some of the nation's oldest, largest, most reliable, and most effective energy companies. In this domain, you have rightly assumed the mantle of leadership. Through your management expertise and innovative entrepreneurship, you have helped grow and diversify the energy enterprises that undergird the economic vigor of the region and position it for future development, growth, and success. You have created an environment that fosters individual triumph and personal reward that is widely acknowledged as the standard to which others aspire. In doing so, you are providing careers for thousands of men and women and aiding their efforts to become valued and contributing members of their professions and communities. Moreover, you have been generous in providing exceptional counsel and stewardship to organizations that promote and enhance business development, culture, and enrich our region, state, and nation in untold ways. In recognition of your outstanding accomplishments, your inspiration of corporate leadership, and your service to the people of Michigan and the nation, Lawrence Technological University is proud to grant this degree, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and honors thereunto pertaining. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you your honored guest and today's speaker, Dr. Gerard Anderson.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. And I want to start by thanking President Modgill and the university for asking me to address the 2020 Lawrence Tech graduates. It's an honor, and I'm truly appreciative. More importantly, I want to congratulate you, the graduates. I wish I were able to deliver these remarks in person, to shake each of your hands as you leave your time at Lawrence Tech behind and step into the next phase of your life. But the fact that I'm not able to do that is emblematic of the many challenges that 2020 has served up for all of us. But that leads me to one of the thoughts that I would like to leave with you today. If I'm honest, I have to say that I don't invite challenges into my life. Like most people, I appreciate times of smooth sailing. And when challenges do arrive, I still grimace. But that said, it's only when we encounter challenges that we grow. And the challenges that push us close to the edge of failure help us to grow the most. This is simply the way life is constructed. You know, we see this truth everywhere that we look. Athletes know well that it's the coach or trainer who pushes you to the edge of exhaustion, where you believe that you just can't go any further. It's that coach who helps you to take the next big step up in strength and endurance. The same is true for musicians. It's the piano teacher who pushes the student to tackle a piece that feels out of reach, a piece that they are not confident they can master. It's that teacher who helps the student to take the next big step up in skill. And this is certainly true in the academic world as well. And it was for me. When I entered my freshman year in college, I thought I'd pursue a career in journalism. I chose a field that involved writing because that's what came easily to me. But for reasons I don't still understand, at the end of my freshman year, I decided to change my major from journalism to engineering. And to be honest, I wasn't sure I'd be any good at engineering. I saw myself as a natural writer. And I really felt this way when at the beginning of my sophomore year, after the first test in my first engineering class, a test for which the class average was 28%, my professor announced that as of today, every student in this class is failing. And I will fail every one of you if you don't lift your game. I listened to him in disbelief and felt this fear of failure creep over me. My father was an accomplished engineer. My brother was succeeding in the same engineering program that I was in. And here I sat, failing my first class. I thought seriously about dropping that class and reverting to journalism. And if I had, my life would have likely taken quite a different path. But in the end, I didn't drop the class. I decided to hang in there and bear down. And that professor pushed me so hard that when I passed his class with a B+, all of my future engineering classes were not nearly as hard. Now, that decision to study engineering and not journalism, and the decision to hang in there despite a fear of failing, was one of many similar shifts on my path in life over time. And that leads me to the second message that I'd like to leave with you. You do need to meet challenges and continue to push through resistance in order to grow and to have opportunity unfold in front of you on your journey in life. But you don't need to know where that journey is ultimately leading you, especially at the outset. The notion that you need to be able to point with clarity early in life to where you want to end up, in most cases, is simply a fallacy. In fact, most people I know who have accomplished a great deal look back over their lives and describe it as a bit of a random walk, but one that makes complete sense in retrospect. That was certainly true for me. When I left college with my engineering degree, I went to work for an architectural engineering firm. I was an idealistic 22-year-old. And while I really enjoyed the engineering work, I also hungered to do something good for the world. And I found myself drawn to two passions: encouraging sustainable energy and alleviating poverty. When I decided to go back to graduate school, I wrestled with the choice of which of these two paths I should pursue. Now, I'm an energy executive, so you may suspect I chose sustainable energy. I didn't. I enrolled at the University of Michigan in the mid-1980s to pursue a PhD in development economics. I imagined myself working in a poor, developing country overseas. But as I studied development economics, my own professors were doubtful about the ability of the field to make a real difference. And that discouraged me. So my path took an unexpected turn. I left the economics program to pursue a master's in public policy, convinced that I could find something in the public arena that I would love and that would make a difference. Now, I was living at the time with my older brother, who was pursuing an MBA. And I really loved my public policy studies, but I had to admit that what he was doing looked awfully practical. And so I decided to combine the two and pursue masters in both business and public policy. And then two accidents tied to two different men, both with the name Jeff Miller, changed my path in life again. My best friend in the MBA program, Jeff Miller, asked me one day, "Jerry, do you have your book or your resume in the book?" I told him I didn't know what the book was. And he said, Jerry, the book is what all the companies use to recruit us. And I said, Jeff, I don't plan to work in the private sector. To which he responded, Jerry, put your resume in the book. What could it hurt? Well, I took his advice and didn't think about it again. I didn't think about it again, that is, until 2 months later. My roommate, a law student, who was also named Jeff Miller, walked in with the mail one day and said, you got a letter from McKinsey & Company. And I said, who are they? And Jeff looked at me surprised and said, McKinsey is one of the world's top management consulting firms. And I said, oh, well, I don't plan to work for a consulting firm. I plan to work in the public sector. So I think I'll take a pass on the interview. And my roommate, Jeff, looked at me and said, Jerry, take the interview. I mean, what could it hurt? I took his advice. And 6 months later, I started a job at McKinsey & Company. Now, had I failed to listen to either of those Jeff Millers, I'd be doing something in my life, but my path would certainly have been a different one. Their urging shifted my path. Now in my 30s, I work at McKinsey for 5 years, and it was a very demanding job. I learned a lot. One of the areas I specialized in while I was there was energy, hearkening back to that interest from my early 20s in sustainable energy. But after the woman, who's now my wife, accepted my proposal to marry, I decided to quit McKinsey, begin building a young family, and look for new work. Just before our honeymoon, DTE Energy reached out and asked if I'd interview for a job there. I said yes. But a few days after we returned from a 3-week honeymoon, as we sat at the dinner table over a bottle of wine, my wife Lizanne said, you know, you have that interview with DTE in a few days. And I winced. Because to be honest, I was skeptical that DTE was the place for me. And I was also feeling very mellow and relaxed after our honeymoon. You know, I think I'll skip the interview, I said. My wife Lizanne sat back in her chair, squinted and said, Jerry, that would just be really rude. People have revamped their schedules to accommodate you and to accommodate this interview. You need to do it. And reluctantly I said, you're right. I'll take the interview. And a few months later, I started the job that I have to this day at DTE Energy. Had I not listened to Lizanne, I'd be doing something with my life, but it almost certainly would be quite different. And so, at a series of critical turns on my path, my life was steered by what felt like chance conversations with 2 Jeff Millers and with my wife Lizanne. Now, once at DTE, where I've been for the last 27 years, my career wound through a series of experiences, from starting brand new energy companies to running operations within utilities that have been around for over a century. And I must say, in many of those roles, I ran into intense challenges. And that is when I grew the most. I remember especially well my early years at DTE. Lizanne and I were starting a new family, and I was starting up new energy businesses. But frankly, things weren't going very well. I'd been at it for several years, but had very little to show for it. And I remember distinctly laying awake late at night with Lizanne laying next to me, pregnant with our second child, staring at the ceiling of our first home and thinking, I'm not sure that these businesses are going to make it. I may be a failure. My career may be a failure. And what will I do then? And I felt like I was back in my first engineering class. But, as in that first engineering class, those early challenges at DTE were what gave me the opportunity to really stretch and really grow. And where did my path, shaped by these improbable twists and turns, lead in the end? Well, ultimately, I was afforded the chance to lead an energy company in addressing one of the most vital public policy issues that our world faces: how to transition to sustainable energy sources and fundamentally address climate change. I find myself, now at age 62, being given the opportunity to directly address what I cared so deeply about at age 22. Being given the opportunity to invest heavily in renewable energy. Being given the opportunity to commit our company to eliminating carbon emissions. And being given the opportunity to participate in state and federal policymaking that will lead to achieving this vision and goal more broadly. And I somehow ended up in a role that draws upon all the various threads of my education. My job draws upon, on a daily basis, my engineering, public policy, and business training. Now, I certainly didn't plan all of this. I couldn't have planned it. It was, as others have described, a bit of a random walk, but one that makes complete sense in retrospect. I share these stories about my life in the hopes that they may, in some way, help you as you leave Lawrence Tech to write a story for yourself that you love. I hope that in your own way, you are an idealist, that you care deeply about things that will make our world a better place. Hold on to that idealism, but don't expect that every step of your career will allow you to work directly against those ideals. My career didn't. Yours may not. But if you stay true to yourself, and if you use the intense challenges that you encounter as opportunities to grow, you may well find that the random walk of your own path gives you the opportunities to work on things and give your energy to things that you will be truly proud of in the end. And these will be your contributions to forging a better world. Again, I want to congratulate you on completing your work at Lawrence Tech. I hope what lies ahead for you is truly wonderful. And get out there and do great things. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Dr. Anderson, for those enlightened remarks and for all you do for our region and community. I now ask Provost Tariq Soap to come forward.
Mr. President, I wish to present to you and to our trustees and officers of the Academy the class of 2020. We find that the candidates have completed or will have completed in the near future the requirements for graduation. It is, therefore, the recommendation of the faculty of the university that the degree appropriate to the program completed be conferred upon each of these men and women.
Honored graduates, the education you have achieved at Lawrence Tech is valuable for all the many reasons mentioned by Dr. Anderson. You have met the challenges that our faculty set forth for you, and you had triumphed, even excelled, on the path of academic achievement, less traveled by others. For that success, you have earned our admiration and esteem. Therefore, as President of Lawrence Technological University, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the great state of Michigan, the Board of Trustees, and on behalf of the faculty and administration of this university, I hereby confer upon you the degrees appropriate to the program you have completed. As you follow this ceremony from your homes at this time, you may all turn your tassel to the left side of your cap. Congratulations. I now ask that the deans of colleges acknowledge the degree recipients participating in this ceremony.
Hi, my name is Carl Dobman, Dean of the College of Architecture and Design at Lawrence Technological University. I'm pleased to present the 2020 graduates from our college. These students have demonstrated creativity and innovation in design thinking through a multidisciplinary approach immersed in technology and grounded in practice, even within the confines of this pandemic. Their work has impressed our faculty as well as our industry partners. They are receiving undergraduate and graduate degrees in our programs in architectural studies, architecture, game art, game design, graphic design, industrial design, interior architecture, transportation design, and urban design. We are confident that they will become leaders in design and will achieve great things in their careers. We are proud that they will represent LTU's College of Architecture and Design in their profession. Congratulations on your accomplishment. I'm pleased to present these graduates from the College of Architecture and Design.
Joe A. Alter. Veronica Lynn Beers. Jacob Tyler Bonacorsi. Holly Rayleigh Carroll. Gabriel David Culver. Joshua Paul D. Thea Gabriella Donahue. Nicole M. Dutcher. Max Ryan Freed. Jose Manuel Furtado. Geraldine Elizabeth Grumley. Tyler Rose Hudeberg. Megan Rita Lawler. Haley Stephanie Lee. Xavier Quesada Makartumian. Dwaniel Panchal. Brenna Quinn. Emily Delphine Rengler. Amber Jean Roberson. Leah Nicole Strayhorn. Derek William Subject. Brittany Ellen Marie Tabor. Jacob Wayne Toll. Andreas Senes. Gabrielle Sloan Van Amberg. Lillian Annalise Zielinski.
Greetings, I'm Srini Kamampati, Dean of Lawrence Tech's College of Arts and Sciences. Today, our students will receive undergraduate and graduate degrees, as well as certificates in chemical biology, computer science, English, media communication, mathematics, molecular and cell biology, physics, and technical and professional communication. These students have worked hard and excelled in their studies even in the face of this global pandemic. I admire their persistence and wish them success in their future endeavors. Congratulations on achieving your degree. I'm pleased to present these graduates from the College of Arts and Science.
Brandon Michael Agents. Ala Faiz Alalawi. Alexandra Ann Amos. John Edward Bowen II. Bakari Z. Bridgewater. Bailey B. Brown. Miranda Jane Buxengard, Michael DeFranco, Faith Melita Drain, Dwayne Evans, Ashley Christian Faulkner, Storm L.T. Felty, Isabella Marie Forsthofer, Bonita Griffin, Randy Cole Jeanette, Yankong Nai, Mitchell Charles Plune, Matthew Fitzgerald Powell, Reese James Sulkind, Alexander Theodore Schluter, Jenna Rose Skalski, Nikita Subramanian, Stephen Paul Solansky, Parmeshwari Tirupari, Sushmitha Vijayakumar, Benjamin Michael Wilcox.
Hello, my name is Bahman Mirshab, and I'm proud to be the Dean of LTU's College of Business and Information Technology. Today, students will receive undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates in business administration, cybersecurity, general business, finance, information technology, marketing, and project management. These graduates are consummate professionals who completed their studies in the midst of disruptions caused by the COVID virus. Their persistence and skill will lead the next wave of business innovations. We are proud of their work and look forward to their future achievements. Congratulations. I'm pleased to present these graduates from the College of Business and Information Technology.
The College of Business and Information Technology is conferring 2 doctoral degrees today. The first is to John Stephen Sophia, Doctor of Business Administration, with the dissertation, A Quantitative Investigation of the Impact of Emotional Intelligence and SOAR-Based Capacity of Leaders on Employee Retention. His advisor was Dr. Matthew Cole. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. John Sophia. The second doctoral degree conferred today is to Ebony S. Stone, Doctor of Business Administration, with the dissertation, A Multiple Case Study Exploration of Mentoring and Its Impact on Women Leaders. Her advisor was Dr. Jacqueline Stavros. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Ebony Stone.
Fatima Yusuf Bathi, Amal Sopanrao Bote, Alexa Myers Cherney, Tyler Landon Cleesby, Chris James Collicott, Stephanie Ray DeYoung, Vivek Dakal, Peter G. Eba, Rabi Omar Hamdan, Candice Kashari Johnson, William G. Kaiser, Priyanka Vijay Kshatriya, Nandini Nataraj, Nicholas John Nesty, Mayuri Purohit, Primlata Raghunath, Vinay Rana, Sujay Kaushik Ravi, Austin William Rowe. William Christopher Slifko. Jagtar Sohal. Lillian Johnson Tala. Wasel Joseph.
Good afternoon. I am Nabil Grace, and as Dean of Lawrence Tech College of Engineering, I have the honor of presenting our 2020 graduates. Today, students will receive undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates in architectural engineering, audio engineering technology, automotive engineering, biomedical engineering, civil engineering, computer engineering, construction engineering management, construction engineering technology and management, electrical engineering, embedded system, engineering management, engineering technology, entrepreneurial skills, industrial engineering, integrated project delivery, mechanical and manufacturing engineering technology, mechanical engineering, mechatronics system engineering, and robotics engineering. They have persisted in their courses as Lawrence Tech, and the entire world responded to the global pandemic, and we are proud of their skill. They joined the ranks of many distinguished and alumni and will be leaders in engineering new innovations and advancement. I congratulate you on achieving your degree. I am pleased to present these graduates from the College of Engineering.
The College of Engineering today confers a doctoral degree to Linda Cholak Sadiq, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, with a dissertation Enhancing Centrifugal Pump Performance by Adding Cylindrical Discs at the Impeller Intersuction. Her advisor was Dr. Badi Jawad. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Linda Cholak Sadiq.
Ode Alabechi. Rabab Hussein Al Abdullah. Ali Al Ajmi. Turki Al Anazi. Abdulaziz Tahir Al Enzi. Abdulaziz Al Hajeri. Laith Al Jida. Mohammed Hussein Al Muhammad Ali. Abdullah Khaled Al Muteri. Abdullah Mansur Al Shamari. Adel Salem Al Shamari. Fahad Awayed Al Shamari. Javier Alvarez Radia. Joseph Thomas Alvord. David Adem Amegado. Allison Margaret Andrews. George Higgins Arango. Syed Mohammed Arib. Jason Lamont Armstrong. Anirudh Ashok Kumar. Michael John Avila II. Sally Jean Baya. Andrew Colin Barrero. Brent Edward Bartone. Damon Badayo. Jacob Paul Bemis. Dana Clarice Bigham. David Allen Beinert. James Arthur Bishop. Alexandra Samantha Brinker. Brittany Alexandra Bolt. Kevin John Campion. Matthew Russell Carpenter. Kelsey Rose Catania. Jiaming Chen. Ashley Therese Collins. Brian Joshua Corbett. Matthew Ronald Corse. Rohith Reddy Dendy. Christy Catherine Doherty. Yash Dubé. Jacob W. Enrico. Haley Elizabeth Fenn. Jacob John Ferlito. Luke Michael Freilich. Ishwang Dakshish Kumar Gandhi. Lauren Elizabeth Granger. Madison Nicole Greenlee. Varvara Gromakova. David Alex Gurevich. Jessica Michelle Hensley. Caleb Allen Holman. JJ Wesley Hunt. Janendra Ajari. Prasvinit Innavalu. Kaustubh Kale. Rajiv Reddy Kalam. Varenya Karaturi. Jonathan Anthony Kashat. Alexander A. King. Himanshu Kolambe. Danielle Elizabeth Krott. Joseph John Krajacek. Alicia Rose Krakovic. Youngshuo Lee. Caitlin Nicole Liveoak. Rohan Luthra. Kinshuk Makija. Jeffrey Edward Malatke II. Jacqueline Rose Mattingly. Kyle Michael McGrath. Kimberly Lynn Mitchell. Joseph S. Morris. Brittany Madison Mulrooney. Utkarsh Bimrao Nalawade. Matthew Martin Nurkanen. Jacob Thomas O'Connor. Thomas J. Olson. Darsh Mahesh Patel. Falak Katam Patel. Austin James Peak. Victoria Rose Pellerito. Luyun Pong. Lacey Lynn Przinski. Bradley Michael Raymond. Maria Mercedes Richard. Pablo Ripudus Luckydine. Maurice Clark Julius Rivers. Ryan Victor Robinette. Teresa Marie Rost. Avia Salman. Silva Salmo. Samina. Yuga Santosh. Christopher Matthew Sarwatka. Naeem R. Shandi. Thomas Tung Shinozaki, Subhatra Devi Sirovai Baskar, Rachel Lynn Stencil, Alicia Catherine Stidham, Alok Suresh Pulamkanal, Jeffrey Michael Tebby Jr., Carrie Ann D. Town, Emily G. Valentine, Vignesh Vasant Kumar, Zachary Cruz Villanueva, Manadar Vishwanadola, Taya Elizabeth Wagner, Brian Walther, Ethan Robert Williams, Li Yongshu, Vishal Arjun Yawale, Hassan Zuhair Yunus, Michaela Elizabeth Zangline,
Congratulations to all of you in the class of 2020. It has been a tough, out of the ordinary senior year, but you have done it. Dr. Cassione, please introduce our Alumni Association President.
I am Greg Cassione, the Special Assistant to the President for Development and Alumni Relations. To welcome our graduates to the Alumni Association, I am pleased to introduce the association's president, Ms. Patrice Patrick Banks. Patrice is the founder of Daring Ideas, LLC, a firm providing strategy and operation control services to businesses and institutions. Her firm also gives access to personal and professional advice through original articles on life as a business owner and leaders in business. Before creating Daring Ideas, Patrice worked within the nonprofit sector, where she designed and implemented strategies to improve operations and process performance through program analysis, implementation of organization development plans, and recruitment of employees for grant-funded projects. Patrice?
Thank you, Dr. Cassione. Hello, and greetings from the LTU Alumni Association. I am honored to be a part of your special day, celebrating you and welcoming our newest alumni. This has been an interesting year, to say the least. We've had to adjust in ways some of us never imagined. Yep, Zoom has become our new normal for birthday gatherings, happy hour, and class. We've stopped wearing pants during Zoom calls months ago, and downloading backdrops to disguise a pile of takeout boxes on your dining table is not uncommon. Graduates, you've had to overcome some challenges, and all while trying to stay focused on the ultimate goal, graduating. With all the challenges that you have had to face this year, some of you will now embark on a new life in your new jobs in our new normal. Some of you may be nervous, unsure, and worried, or not, and that's okay, because you are a Blue Devil, and Blue Devils face challenges head on with vigor and dignity. Your experiences have made you innovative thinkers. Your courses trained you to be critical thinkers, which will make you great leaders. You are the epitome of excellence, and there's nothing that you cannot accomplish with a positive mindset, with honor, and with integrity. Graduates, as you prepare to take on the world, there are a few things I want you to remember. 1, COVID is real, so stay safe. 2, remember where it all began. The first day you stepped on campus as a student and became a part of the Blue Devil family. 3, remember the relationships that you've built with faculty, staff, and friends. They're the individuals that will continue to support you as you go through your career in life. And lastly, Make sure to stay connected, giving back in ways that are meaningful to you, making a difference for the future generation of Blue Devils. Don't forget to get involved, participate in events. Make it your Alumni Association. On behalf of the LTU Alumni Association, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you, Patrice. In closing, let me again emphasize how important the family and friends of our graduates have been in providing support during this academic journey. We also salute another group of very special, dedicated individuals who have played a critical role in the academic growth and success of our graduating class. Please join me in acknowledging your Lawrence Tech faculty and staff. Thank you all. Graduates, for several years, I have closed our graduation ceremonies with some observations about character. Some 50 years ago, Dwight Eisenhower, the Vice Supreme Commander who led the Allied forces to victory during the Second World War, and who later served as President of the United States, gave a commencement address about the building blocks of character. He said they were, and I quote, hard work, worthy ambition, loyalty to a greater cause, common sense, integrity, and moral courage. Those were the lofty measures then. They are inspirational yet today. But it is these measures of character that I hope you have been exposed to here at Lawrence Tech and will apply to your experiences in months and years ahead. As I have traveled this country, meeting past graduates of this great university, I am continually amazed at the breadth of their achievement and success. I know that you, too, have within you the abilities and fortitude for greatness. Please continue to participate in the life of your university. Please remember, good universities become great universities through the ongoing dedication, support, involvement, and counsel of their graduates. This includes our virtual programs of celebration and commencement. Good luck and best wishes for continued success in all you do.